Narayana. Very lucky to study one of the subtle, rarest of the texts, Sri Vaashishtha Maha. May our throughout the days honest, pure livings and our upasanas make our antakarana sukshma ekagra sufficiently qualified enough to study, understand, digest these sublime knowledges. May the divine be with us. So that in this very first attempt itself, things are thoroughly understood by us. Without delaying, we are on the path towards the Chidakasha Anubhuti, which is called moksha. Third Utpatthi Prakaranam, 54th SARGA Leelopakhyanam, 20 SARGA, 22nd or so, the Leelopakhyana started. Around 30 SARGAs we have seen. Now the Niyati is being discussed in that Manushya, Jivana, Jivana Vidhana, all said. So the Murkha, Dharana Abhyasi, then Yuktaha, three types are there. Dharana Abhyasi, Yuktaha is just on the higher path of evolution. The one who has reached sufficient command level, he by choice only leaves his Sharira and all. Told. What about the Murkha? Who is Murkha? And how, while living the life, he suffers mental hallucinations, fears, and all sorts of phobia, and after death also. That subject we are studying. So that's called as Marana Vichara. Then in that also, because of our vasanas, our ajnana, our karma, this is how we get the things. That is the niyati. Now here be very attentive for a minute. Thus, to a human being who has intellect, has no choice but to deeply understand and entire this phenomena, and then only he can eject out of this self-created trap. No way other than understanding and ourselves coming out of this trap through our own pursuit of the reality. If you see it from the other side, other than reality pursuit, everything else is trap. Maham Brahma Nirakuryam, Mama Brahma Nirakarot. If I do any sankalpa and if I ask anything, Brahman or the Lord, other than the ultimate, I am only binding myself. And these things, the niyati, the asana, the kamana, the karma, their consequences in our life in the form of sukha dukkha coming to us in various janmas. All these have to be thoroughly mastered. And then we also have to know, in spite of all this is happening in this phenomenal level, waiting for us, the truth is intact, untouched, unmoved as it is ever in the cave of our own heart, waiting for us. Go and embrace him like the mother father. How much ever the children misunderstand them and leave and go for 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 year. Parents are always waiting with love to receive them, embrace them. That's a parent. A parent is like that. How the Brahman must be waiting for us in the heart. So these are the crucial topics. Cannot be neglected. Thank God we have come up to this fortune and blessings of studying these topics. Much, much more. In the next 25,000 श्लोकास ऐसे बहुत सारे deep topics आते ही रहेंगे. By God's grace, we will keep on studying it. Let it take this life of ours be dedicated for the study of Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana at least 45 minutes per day, 1 hour per day. बाकी टाइम आपका है. Let us see the continuation of what happens to that jiva, and the Leela asks a question, that answer given by mother, that this is how the niyati. Very, very good thoughts, all this. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahanam Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कर आचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने। ओम ब्रह्मानंदं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषत् योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यमोदेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थम तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्म से विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत शिवकृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिन्दव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रतिभक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्रीराम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यवोः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ ससदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरभिकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम लीलोपाख्याने मरण विचारो नाम नियति विचारो नाम चतुःपञ्चाशत्तमः सर्गः। श्री वशिष्ठ उवाच श्रीदेवी उवाच So many things, around 20 of them, told about this Mumurshu, the Ajnani Mumurshu, the Murkha person who is Vasanagrasta, Avidyagrasta, then Vishayagrasta, therefore Bahirmukhi of that person, because he has not done the Ekagrata of Chitta, nor he studied Tattva, nor he has done any of the Upasana. Yes, and also he was always erratic in his mind. Now, these portions, when we are studying, we should bless ourselves with the subtle understandings that it is the mind in its monkey like madness goes on jumping from the tree one to the other of the Vishayas, and it becomes habit to it. Still, it seemingly intact while we are alive because the support of body is there. When the body is left, body support is not there to that mind monkey. Therefore, those all sankalpa vikalpas and the habits create all these hallucinations, etc. Project all these things. So, ये सारे थे पहले भी, बट शरीर तादात्म्यता के कारण बहिर्मुख नहीं हुए, है ना? Once the शरीर तादात्म्य dropped, did all these express, like the children. Not that when you are uh, not at home that they are bad. They are bad, but you are at home, so those qualities they don't express. Once you go, they get a freedom in the same way. So, vichitra anubhutis to that jiva happens. So, yesterday we saw Brahmito va Brahme iva. He is as if put in that, uh, what do you call that? Chakki mein pis ja raha hai. Like that he feels. Krusto rasana ye vava. That with rasana, the rasi, he is tied and pulled and guma ke, he is being thrown. Brahman niva jalavarte, that he is in the jala avarta, the whirlpool, and he is doing the brahmana in that uncontrollably. Shastra yantra ivarpitaha, or he is in a yantra from where the shastras are continuously piercing him. So to prohyamanastrunamiva, like a wind blown blade of grass. Vahat parjanya marute, carried in the rains as well as the wind that's coming at the time of rain, the heavy winds. Then aruhyavari purena. So see, you can imagine that. The heavy wind blowing, the blade of grass lifted into the sky. It is moving. You know. Then the rain came. It got wet in the rain. Then still it flew for some time. When the rain got heavy, the big water drops pulled it down onto the earth. By the time that blade of grass came onto the earth is already filled with the water of the rain like a flood. Now this blade of grass fallen in that, it gets flooded along with that water, carried, and where it goes into the ocean only. Instead of the blade of grass, this fellow feels himself like that. Aruhya varipurena nipatannivacha arnave. That he has gone and patan iva arnave, fallen in the ocean. So ananta gagane swabhre, ananta akasha. And in that infinite akasha there is swabhra, there is a hole. And that hole is chakravarta. Chakra means circular, avarta means rotation. Patanniva, he has fallen in that. In the akasha, swabhra, chakravarta, he fell and घूम जा रहा है, घूम जा रहा है. लाइक घूमने वाला, बच्चों को खेलने वाला होता है ना, वो बिठाते छोटे घुमाते धीरे धीरे, ज्यादा घुमाओ तो बैलेंस बिगड़ के गिर जाएगा, वो चक्कर है. But this fellow was in that Shabra of the Akasha, in that Chakravarte Patan. He feels like that. Then Abdhir Urvir Viparyasa Dasham Anubhavan Stitaha. Abdi is like Urvi is like the Abdi. Urvi means Prithvi. जमीन आसमान ओशन की तरह, ओशन में means he feels as he is walking in the ocean. taking it like Prithvi, and in the Prithvi is getting drowned. Duryodhan ki tarah. So that's what he feels. Then Patanniva Anavaratam. It's very powerful. Huh? गिरी जा रहा है डर लग रहा है पता नहीं कहाँ तक गिरते जाऊंगा. Then Protpatanniva cha Avitaha. Sometime again tossed up in the sky, ऊपर, like that giant wheel. You have any time did you board the giant wheel? बड़ा वाला. बचपन में हमने किया, अब नहीं होगा. See that from the zero down level it's going up. The different feeling of the stomach में, everything going down. When ऊपर टॉप पर जाकर नीचे आने लगता है, then सारे आंतरे ऊपर के पेड़ के ऊपर जा रहे. Then that fellow slowly increases the speed. You see that ऊपर नीचे नीचे ऊपर, that terrible feeling you will feel, that jiva in the akasha. These type of dreams, at least few of them, one or two might have come. If they come, good that they have come. That they can be a good example for us to understand what is said here by Mother Saraswati. Then Sutkara Karnana Udbhranta Purna Sarvendriya Vranaha. So all the indriyas are getting vranagata. They are as if wounded or losing their capacity. How? Sutkara Akarnana Udbhranta Purna. That is exhaling itself is so much sound it is that the terrible sound listening to the ears, it is piercing the ear only. ऐसा वाला उनको exhaling का sound. They're all signs that he is going to leave the sharira and all. Then Kramat, from here you have to study Shyamalatam Yanti Tasya Sarva Aksha Samvidah. All is Aksha Samvidah, Indriyas and their capacity to know. Kramat slowly Shyamalatam Yanti. They start becoming Shyamala in dark. Suddenly नहीं होता, धीरे धीरे कान को सुनना कम होता है. Then other fellow has to चिल्लाओ. You say फिर से कहो. आंख का भी फिर धुंधला सा दिखना, दो दिखना, or not able to see the far off thing. So in this way, Shyamalatam Yanti Tasya Sarva Aksha Samvidah Kramat. Example, Yatha Astam Gachati Ravau. As Bhagavan Surya is sitting in the western direction, Manda Alokataya Dishaha, how slowly the directions from that brightest situation slowly become dark. आज ही नहीं, आज हो गया, दिन डल गया, कल ट्राई करना शाम का समय. Sun is still not at set. Last point में है set one. That time you come onto a building top somewhere, देखो वहाँ all the directions. When sun is there, bright. As he is setting down, that brightness gets reduced. Totally और नीचे चले गए, संध्या काल कहते हैं, still some directions are seen. You can continue there for 15 minutes. ज़्यादा नहीं है, फिर क्लास में आना है. Then you will see slowly the light goes. So to that prakasha of the disha getting reduced is equal to prakasha of the indriyas getting reduced. Then what? Same way, purva param na janati. So he doesn't know any of the purva para. Hmm? Hmm? Purva para means past and present and future. The smruti is lost. Smruti sthanava magata. The स्मृति तनुकृत हुआ, देखो पूर्वापरम न जाना. अब एग्जाम्पल्स क्या दूं मैं. टैबलेट अभी लेता है और भूल गया लिया कि नहीं, देन ही इज इन डाउट, अगेन ही टेक्स. अनदर डे ही हैज नॉट टेकन, बट लगता है कि मैंने ले लिया. होता है ना, like that of thing where the things are kept. Slowly more severities, even desha kala vyakti vismruti also happens. Example for this, yatha, same like paschatya sandhyante nashta drushti digastake. In the western side, the sunsets and sandhya kala over, darkness came रात में, तब हमारे आंख आठों दिशाओं को देखता था, देख नहीं पाता. So the eye not able to see the dishas, is given as an example for the Mano Smriti Nasha. Smriti Nasha. Dishaya themselves not able to be seen. Again, the same example of sunset is given for the example of the Indriyas not working. In that way, Purvaparam Najanati Smritistano Magata Yata Paschatya Sandhyante Nashta Drushti Dig Ashtake. So Drushti Nashta Dig Ashtake. Ashtadika Drushti is not there for the Indriyas when the sun sets. In the same way, the Smriti is lost to him. Ah. So be prepared, like you and I have heard this, so need not be worried as much as possible. When the Smriti is good intact, Indriyas are good intact, we will keep on studying, doing our Upasana, Japa Sadhana, and all the positive investments let us do. अब जब इस तरह स्थिति आकर होश आवाज हम खोते हैं, that time wait, except waiting for whatever the eventual inevitable, we can't do anything. Even then, nothing to worry. Again, another Sharira will come. That time, now only let us do Sankalpa that we'll do the best of the sadhanas. Like that. So, यहाँ तक आगे 52, 53. मनः कल्पन सामर्थ्यम त्यजति asya vimohatah. So much is delusion in the mind that mind loses its kalpana samarthyam. So avivekena tena sahu mahamohe nimajjate. So slowly into that mahamoha sthiti he starts entering into. What is the meaning of mana kalpana samarthyam tejati? Like anybody asking questions, he will not reply immediately. Kalpana chala gaya. Or he is cooking the food, suddenly forgets ki what is he doing. Writing, suddenly forgets what is he writing. है ना? वो जो होता है ना as the old age comes. That is what is mentioned. Avivekena tena asau mahamohe nimajjat. Because of the earlier aviveka and never done the sadhana, this type of mahamoha of even losing the control on the mind, etc., happens. Then the next one is Bhayankara. Yada evam mahamoham adatte. So yadaiva moham adatte. When he is in this way, moha nadatte pavanastada natvadatte yada pranad mohamayati alantada. So in this sloka, what I said, ki slowly, slowly he is being aware about the world, living in the world, interacting with the world, all that control he starts losing. Then, dhire dhire, the connection between the prana shakti and all the anga pratyanga starts losing. And even the prana shakti also not in his control. Slowly, slowly, he always feels like in sitting someplace or murcha sthiti, nidra sthiti, ityadi. Finally, अन्योन्य पुष्टताम यातैर मोह संवेदन भ्रमैः जन्तुः पाषाणतामेति स्थितमित्यादि सर्गतः अन्योन्य पुष्टताम यातै. These are the three things which complement each other in him. अन्योन्यम पुष्टताम याते, एक दूसरे का पोषण करते हैं. Which are the three? भयंकर, मोह, संवेदना and भ्रम. Moha is not knowing the self at all. Samvedana is the tension, worry in the heart, mind for the sake of things and beings and indulgences of the world. So Moha is not knowing the self. Samvedana is too much of that tension in the mind because of attachments to the things and beings. Then the third one is Brahma. Brahma means what? Hmm. Still holding on to Dehadi Upadhyaya himself and seeing the things happening, still not able to accept them, etc. That type of Brahma. These three complementing each other. Jantuhu Pashanata Meti. Slowly he becomes Jada like a stone only. This is how a Jiva, when he has not realized himself to be the Chidakasha, or at least to a great extent traveled in that direction. If he has not done, lived only the outer life, this is how will be his position at the time of death, after the death. Why is it so? Sthitam iti adi sargata. From the first sarga onwards, this is what is the niyati for those murkha. So, what's covered topic so far? That means, if we remember how it started, Hare Rama. Narayana Hari, Narayana Hari, Narayana Hari, Narayana. So, if you remember, Kruta Treta Dwapara Kali, 400, 300, 200, 100 साल. That is the first niyat. Second niyat is important. Exactly what is said in the Shastra. In that way he lives life, 100 exactly as sanctioned by Shastra. If he doesn't follow some of the rules, regulations, the age gets reduced. If he does better than even what is said by Shastra, he will have more Ayurdhaya. Second niyati. Third, there is another thing. Not only not following the Shastra, another thing is doing things against Shastra. मतलब धर्म नहीं करना एक है तो अधर्म करना और एक अलग बात है ना. Like not speaking truth is different and speaking lies is third one, the different one, other than the not speaking. So when that is done, then depending on the type of things he has done, the Bala Mrityu, the Yuva Mrityu, the Ardha Mrityu, Madhyamavastha Mrityu, these all happen. The one who is doing that type of adharma, papa, adi against the Shastra. Matlab, not what prohibited by Shastra, Nishiddha karma, he is doing. He will get that type of niyat. This is apart from the first touched topic of the niyati of the world. The niyati of the world of the Pancha Mahabhutas, etc. So Pancha Mahabhuta niyati of why the flame goes up, why the water goes down, why the wind moves in the cross direction, all that is Niyanta Paramatma in the beginning made that niyati. Second, for the jivas, this is the second niyati, Ayurdhayam, focused about Manushya. The third niyati is, it is flexible depending on his following or not following dharma. Then the fourth niyati is, when he does the dharma, again the niyati will be worst. When his results will be worst, that's the niyati. In discussing that one about the human beings, as Leela asked, tell me more about Marana and all. Mother told about three beings, three types of Jiva, Manushya, Purusha. One is Dharanabhyasi, another is Yuktiman, third is Murkha. Dharanabhyasi and Yuktiman, they are in the evolutionary stage. They are better placed. Again, if they do very little of sadhana, that much benefit. But with the highest level, while being in the body only, they discover themselves to be something other than the body, and they can leave the body and travel here and there and come by his choice. But still not realize this self. देहदादात्म छोटा अतिवाहिक देह में आ गए. And they, with their upasana bala, ekagrata bala, shuddha jivana bala, they can even command their different lokas, different sharira. मुझे स्वर्ग में जाना जा सकते हो. So they are saved. Now left out is the murkha. About the murkha, what is murkha explained? Then he at the time of mrityu, after the mrityu, what happens? All that is given. So Leela's another prashna was, Kim mrityu sukham va dukkham va? After mrityu, what happens? These are the four questions by her. मृत्यु कैसे होती है, सुखम है या दुखम है. So here for the other two, mrityu is sukham, because from the lower to the higher they are going. For this murkha, because with so many attachments to the world and never evolved spiritually, it is terribly dukkha. The dukkha varieties are given so far. In how many ways he feels dukhi. Not all of them, few of them. इतने में तो मर ही जाए, वो तो परेशान हो जाए. Either of them, any few of them, he will go through. In this way, jantu pashanata sthitamiti adi sargataha. This is called niyati. So karma phala is niyati. Sadhana phala is niyati. Niyati is, it is like that, it will happen like that. Whether you arrogantly reject it or wisely accept it or devotionally follow it. Niyati is continuous. Like arrogantly, if you jump from 10th floor, you will hit the Narayana ground and the head will break. Out of humbleness, you jump with the lift, you won't fall. And with the parachute, you lift, you fall. You will floatingly come down. For all the three, the pull of the earth is common, that is Niyati. Niyati is a wonderful thing I too learned from this topic. There are some rules, regulations governing the world. So too, to realize the self also, the rules, regulations are there to be followed. They are called sadhana niyati. Then once it is said, live according to that. Na? And then why do we want to be other way doing? Why that ego in us? Why every time going against what gurus say, against the shastras say, they are telling for our own good, no? Still we question them, doubt them, do opposite. That is called ego. Backed by the terrible worldly opposite vasanas and backed by our slavery to our mind. Like a doctor. What is wrong in doctor बेचारा? वो कहता है भाई ये दवा लो ये खाना मत खाओ. We become angry with doctor. What did he do? For your health he prescribed as per his knowledge. We at home, such a ये जो slum area type people होते हैं, even highly educated, they at home after going to hospital talk about the doctor. What is your doctor? He told me not to eat that, not to eat that. What he knows it, I will do that only. That innocent doctor बेचारा इतने 20 साल पढ़ के 10 साल with all his experience out of kindness, love, he gave us that prescription and we question him, doubt him. See that ego, the ego of youngster. The traffic rules are for everybody to go safe. No, I bought a new bike. 140 से कम मैं जाती नहीं. So therefore, I won't care the traffic. You will hit somebody and both will die. And you become angry with the traffic department and the traffic police. अरे वो अपने तुम्हारे लिए है वो. In the same way, you understand what you mean by ego now? What is mean by our own mind always acting against what is said by Guru Shastra for its own sustenance and supports it is the ego for its own sustenance. Ahankara and mana. The other thing is buddhi. When it is educated thoroughly with Shastra Jnanam, it will quieten the ahankara, it will shut up the mind. That's how the buddhim tu sarathim vidhi. All our Shastra Shravanadhyana is to our buddhi for the correct understanding and highest correct conviction. व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि एका यह कुरुनंदन बहुशाखे अनंत शाखा अनंताश्च बुद्धयः अव्यवसायिनः. We are talking about when we continue to be murkha, listening to our own mind and ego, we neglect our Guru Shastras and the Adhyatmika Marga taught by them for our own loss. And what they say is neither sentimental, emotional, nor to take away our freedom, not to give us dukkha. No. Is it the doctor taking away freedom? दुख? नो ना. दुख दे रहे हैं क्या वो हेल्थ होना है तो वैसे ही है वो. Okay, when this is said now, Leela's Prashna in the mantra Chappan, Prabuddha Leela Uvacha, what did she ask? Vyatham Vimoham Murchantam Brahmam Vyadhim Achetanam Kimartham Ayam Ayati Deha Hi Ashtangavanabi. अरे देह में all the ashtangas are there. Purasa, Sharasa, Drishtya, Manasa, Vasa, Tadha, Padhyam, Karabhyam. All of them are there. Why then these things come to a human being? What are they? Vyatha means dukkha. Vimoha is confusion and delusion. Murcha is that unawareness. Antam, even the death. Brahmam, delusion. Vyadhim, diseases. Achetana, becoming unconscious. Kimartam ayati. Kimartham ayam ayati. देहो ही अष्टांगवान अपि. कोई कोई लोग अच्छे अष्टांग में देह ठीक ही है, बट वाई दे कम. और इन जनरल आर क्वेश्चन वाई दीज ऑल देयर इन लाइफ एट ऑल. Basically, like we can ask a question now, why there should be diseases? Some of us ask that question, good question only. That, but why Bhagwan gave those thoughts of corruption, thoughts of immorality? They should not be there in the creation at all. No? Why there should be a thought of murder or killing or thought of even looting others, cheating? ये भी प्रभु की माया है ना, वो निकाल दो ना, क्यों रखा उन्होंने? Isn't it? इसका आंसर तुलसीदास जी गेव सो पक्का. ऑल सेंट्स हैव गिवन कि भगवान की मर्जी है. ही विल क्रिएट ऑल, बट ही गेव यू द फ्रीडम और नॉट टू चूज. एंड अगेन इट इज हिज मर्जी. इफ यू डू दिस, दैट रिजल्ट विल गिव. इफ यू चूज दिस, ही विल गिव दैट रिजल्ट. दुकान में इतनी चीजें, हु आर यू टू आस्क हिम? उसने रखा है, व्हाई डू यू पुट इट? अरे उनकी चाहे, यू डिसाइड व्हाट टू बाय. करेला भी है, मिठाई भी है. और सूथिंग सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक ऑल्सो इज देयर. डिल्यूडिंग इंटॉक्सिकेटिंग हार्ड ड्रिंक भी है. यू चूज ना. दैट श्लोका रिमेंबर तुलसीदास जी का शुरू में ही है. जड़ चेतन गुण दोषमय विश्वकीन करतार संत हंस गुण गहि भय परिहरिवारि विकार. गुण रूपी दूध को हंस के समान संत ग्रहण करता है, विकार रूपी पानी को छोड़ देता है. बट करतार तो ही हैज मेड बोथ. जड़ चेतन गुण दोषमय मीन्स द्वंद्वात्मक जगत. You need not go into those further details. What is in our hands, in which our own Shreyas is there, let us choose it and move ahead. भगवान ने मदिरा क्यों बनाई? Drink, isn't it? If that is not at all there, the problem would have not come. Not only Madura is there, the so-called big government talking about, you know, Desha, Desha Pragati, Sanatan Dharma, or Vishwa Kalyan, you know, Vasudeva Kutumbakam. From 12 years they are ruling. Why didn't they ban the drink then? A big question, you know. They can ban now. दे वोंट, बिकॉज़ वोट्स नहीं मिलेंगे. सारे 91 दारू पीने वाले वोट नहीं डालेंगे तो 2 सीट भी नहीं आएँगे. इफ यू ऑल से यू बैन द ड्रिंक्स, देन वी विल वोट फॉर यू. सब ले खत लिख के दे दो, ही विल बैन टुमारो. और दैट्स देन दे गेट द रेवेन्यू. Think about it. These are all so many things in this. These are all unanswerable. Don't look for the answer of a question. You just attend to the solution. When there are solutions, go for that. Every question is not answered, but every problem has a solution. You want solution or answer? An intelligent question, isn't it? तुम्हें समस्या का समाधान चाहिए या प्रश्न का उत्तर चाहिए? Like you go to a doctor and with all दुख you ask him, ऐसा ऐसा क्यों हुआ मेरे को? अगर अरे ये प्रश्न का उत्तर नहीं होता, दवा है मेरे पास. Take the dawa and become healthy. Wise person should be like that. So when she asked this question, we have already seen why all these things happen. At the higher level, let us share the answer 1 or 2 minutes in advance itself. As we have said, Jada Chetana Guna Dosamaya already, it is Ishvara Leela he has made, and he has given the freedom. And as a human being better than animals, we can anytime choose better. Like you ask why Bhagwan made a TV, cinemas and all. He made the satsang also, and he gave the freedom. Who have chosen that freedom, they came here. use that freedom. Those who have used the freedom the other way around, they are there. Don't blame Bhagavan then. Don't blame the TV and cinema. It is there. That's it. That is where we are tested. Our knowledge is tested. That is a play in this world. The play in that play of our evolution, we are given freedom and we are put in front the Shreyaha and Preyaha both. And we are given intellection also. This is where we are failing. If you do use the intellect, go in Prayo Marga, what are consequences? Go in Shreya Marga, what are consequences? We will know. That intellect we are not using. Use intellect for that purpose of knowing the consequences. Then you choose which path to go. दूसरा रहने दो वहाँ आपको क्या करना है like I am doing my Upanishads, my Gita, all that. Why should I worry about what are the other things? That may be in the world. Where clubs are there, dance are there, parties there, people are enjoying. Why should I bother? Let it be. I am in this path. Isn't it? This is how we have to help. That's how our Mother Saraswati starts answering. Shri Devi Vacho. Shri Devi Vacha. फ्यू श्लोकास टू अर्थ विल सी थोड़ा गंभीर सब्जेक्ट है बाकी कल एवं संविहितम कर्म सर्गादौ स्पंद संविदा यद यस्मिन् समये दुःखम कालेन एतावता ईदृशम a very pregnant shloka more indicative than direct meaning word meaning if you see you will not understand the total thought. So sarga adau this to you understand. That in the beginning of creation. Spanda Samvita is a Tritiya Vibhakti, the what do you call instrumental case. Spanda Samvit means that Paramatma, who is the Samvit Sarupa, Chetana Sarupa, that Chetana has its Shakti, and that Chetana Paramatma gives Spandana to that Shakti. So that Paramatma who has the Shakti of doing Spandana, the Chetana Paramatma, who has got Shakti to give Spandana to his own Maya Shakti, by him, Spanda Savida Sargado, Evam Samyak Vihitam Karma. In this way, the possibility of karma and its phala. आप सरस ये लीला तो ये प्रश्न पूछ रही है but already the other alternative said no, like the other two people, the dharana abhyasi as well as the yukta purusha, though whatever they have done, those possibilities are there in the same world. Now, why didn't they take up this life of Murkha Vyakti and suffer all these sufferings which are explained so far? Why did they, through that dharana sadhana, bypassed all these sufferings and by choice went to the higher worlds? है कि नहीं? भगवान ने दोनों रखा. Always remember, Bhagavan kept a Murkha way of jivana possibility. Bhagavan kept a dharana and a yukti way of possibility. First इसको समझो. Bhagavan gave us freedom to choose. So that choice is mine, we always miss. The first Purushartha execution is choosing the right thing and continuously choose the right thing. That's it. If you don't choose, if you choose the wrong one and you are addicted to that, you are habituated to that, whom are we blaming? This question, what is asked by her, is answered as again the same thing. It's a niyati. Sargadau. Spanda samvida. Evam samvidam karma. Yad yasmin samaye dukkham kalena etavata idrusham. That because of these karmas done by him, kaya vacha manasa, in kala, in the maturity of time, that jiva will have to go through these type of sukha dukkha, and the presently mentioned are dukkha more and more to that murkha vyakti. The niyati vaisa rakha. Isn't it? Like fire. If you put the finger, the fire will burn your finger. But the freedom also is given. Now, don't put the finger. You cannot ask the fire, why are you burning me? Its power is to burn. We have the choice not to put. We are putting and telling, तुम क्यों जला रही हो? अरे मेरे काम ही वो है, वो नियति है वो. Either you don't put the finger or be a yogi. Either to go beyond Dehatadhatma and even the finger is burning, you are not suffering. Or a double tival ka yogi that identify the fire itself. Then you sit in the fire with your body, the body will not burn. Because that sharira seen by others, but you have merged it in Agni Tattva. Agni will not burn Agni. So you come out. Oh, Uttama yogi siddhi, wo bhi niyati hai. If you do that. That you don't do, and at this level, what is not to be done, we do. And consequence, we say, why is it coming? एवं सम्यक विहितम कर्म सर्गादौ स्पंद संविदा यत् यस्मिन् समये दुःखम कालेन एतावता ईदृश. सो ईदृशम दुःखम एतावता कालेन यस्मिन् समये, कब कौन सा दुख किस कर्म का फल के रूप में आना है, दैट इज डिसाइडेड. सो सो इन दैट व्हाट आर द थिंग्स, आवर watching the world, choosing the wrong thing, or within our own mind sankalpa choosing the wrong things, because of which, and doing also the wrong things, the different dukkhas come at the different times. In that, everything are included now. Why somebody dies in Balyavastha or Madhyamavastha, why this person's hand and leg is broken at that time. You see na big players promising once, accident ho gaya, they can't play throughout life. Outside we are seeing the result, but inside it is there karma phala. That's called niyati. So niyati, ayurdhaya, by choice good or bad karma, and as a consequence uttama or adama gatis, all we are thoroughly studying in this portion. So far we have gone through. Then choose for yourself what you have to do. Time is yours, life is yours, abilities are yours, resources and opportunities are outside to do the destroying things too and to do the positive. That alertness is called sadhana. Throughout life, write this sentence in Hindi, I tell you. Savadhani ka naam sadhana. Yesterday we saw in common sense thought. Pramado vai mrutyurityaha apramatto bhava. Apramatta, savadhani. Har pal savadhan. See that how we lose our discretion, discrimination. That the five things are kept in front for the food. Freely and with so much love they are serving. And they are giving and you are eating and enjoying. In that time, that pramada has happened of not thinking that is this food okay for me, good for me, as a patient of so and so disease or a adhyatmic sadhaka. That is a pramada. And the quantity wise also we don't control. And the variety also we eat all of that. Then we suffer it. The stula suffering is stomach's abnormal, stomach upset. The sukshma suffering is what? The manovikara, that you cannot focus on Paramatma. Because in Chandogya, yesterday, day before, what we chanted in that Shashtodhyaya, the food we have taken, the subtlest part of it becomes the mana. But we are inadvertent. Example. सावधानी का नाम साधना. हर पल सावधान. इवन इतना ऐसा हाथ हिलाने में भी मैं सावधान होना है कि नहीं हिलाओगे तो जकड़ जाएगा, हिलाओ तो एक्सरसाइज फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी रहेगा, ज्यादा हिलाओ तो टूट जाएगा. All we must know. Every day this exercise you do as a man above 50 years. So your body will have the flexibility. नहीं करोगे तो all blood circulation get reduces, then all bone related problem come. अब ज्यादा भी करोगे तो बाहर आ जाएगा मूली. प्रमादो. भोजन का वही होता है ओल्ड एज में. नहीं खाओ तो कमजोरी, ज्यादा खाओ तो जोर कम. And you can't control less food. And the varieties are there. And ek to lene do bahu. Then he says, you are bahu. Yeah, I have to eat bahu. And then he'll eat more. Pramada, pramada, pramada. We are always alert. Reke, protect yourself by yourself. Then next she continues. Say, oh, beautiful thought. देखो वेरी सटल. स्यान्मे इति एव संविश्य गुल्मवत् तत्स्वभावजं वेत्ति चित्त विजृंभोत्थम नान्यदत्रास्ति कारणम. अल्टीमेट श्लोक. I'll try to explain 2 minutes में कि स्यात् में इति एव. स्यात् में means so may it be to me. That thing should be there to me. मतलब वो मुझे चाहिए. स्यात् में मतलब that indulgence, that bhoga should be for me. Iti, in this way, some vishya, with full conviction, we enter into it. Gulmavat, Gulmavat means that jungly, matlab, what you call deep and dense forest. As we go inside, snakes will be there, other poisonous insects will be there, and various creepers will be there. With your few steps gone wrong, you will get stuck up in those creepers, and you won't even come out only. That is why he gave the example of Gulmavat. स्यात्मे इत्येवं संविश्य गुल्मवत् तत् स्वभावजम वेत्ति चित्त विजृंभोत्तम. है ना? Once you desire for it, chitta starts becoming activated and it becomes vijrumbhita. Then you are lost in that chitta vijrumbhana. And then because I want that desire is so strong, the chitta does sankalpa for it, planning for it, and you end up in doing it and going it for that. Syanme iti. Na anyadatrasti karanam. There is no other karana for anybody's any result. Niyati remains in its place. Niyati doesn't itself attack us. Niyati's work is after we choose and do whatever we do, when result has to be given to us, that time the Niyati works. Before that, it is our choice. Syat me. तो स्यान में इत्येव संविश्य गुल्मवत् स्वभावजम वेत्ति चित्त विजृंभोत्तम न अन्यदत्र अस्ति कारणम. So, mm, mm, this is how it is. Now, one very crucial thought we discuss and stop here. A very deep thoughts there all. Ki, but I never wanted dukkha from it. I went to for it for the sukha only, and on the surface level, it was offering that sukha also. That is where our intellect has to come into picture. How, when eyes have presented and mind has said that there is sukha, immediately you yielded or you believed or you trusted? Isn't it? If you are a human being having the intellect, before taking up it, total consequences you have to go through it, of it. And in that, having observed the total consequences understood, an intelligent person, even if there are 99 sukha and one dukkha, he should not go for it. You never thought, and there's only 20-30% sukha, remaining is 80-90% dukkha, and you have never taken into account. You know that everyday advertisement comes, about that mutual funds. What is that sentence they highlight and say? म्यूचुअल फंड जोखिमों से भरा हुआ है. आप फॉर्म फिल करने से पहले सारे दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़े. Mutual fund has all the risks. Please read the documents carefully before you sign it. Isn't it? You cannot just trust anything in this world. That's why Shastra Dhyanam, in that Shreyo Prayo understanding, with that intellect equipped with the knowledge, when you enter into the world, observe it, whatever is in front of us. Only if it is Shreya, you involve. If it is Preya, you kick it away. नहीं मैं ऐसा नहीं होगा, then you have to suffer. There are two things. Object, you are expecting something from it, and what it naturally gives because of its inherent qualities. है ना? Like the love marriage, कुछ जगह बहुत हर जगह है love marriage. So they look some things like the money aspect or outer one or two things. But after marriage, the original comes from both of them. Then they stop fighting with each other and all. isn't it? And that's why, what is the certainty? The higher certainty is everybody's nature is there in that their Jataka Kundali. Or approach the Pandit. Pandit sees. He will tell, hey, original matured Pandit ही तो बोलता है. No two people can be 100% सुखी. हो ही नहीं सकता. Maximum 55 तक सुखी हो, 45 दुखी हो, he will approve for marriage. 45 सुखा, 55 दुखा, then he says ये दोनों का मिलता नहीं. That is not sin. And the deeply each one's ego and selfishness are never known. Some externalities are seen. Then you love, you fall in love like a daldal or kichad, only to suffer throughout life. Not only that mutual love marriage, everywhere. Whichever the people we are involved with as friends or projects we take up or bhoga indulgences we do, वो सब में ऐसे होता है. This much is enough that what the thing gives, it gives that only. It doesn't give what you want. Like sweet gives sweetness, not happiness. You think it gives happiness. That one subject. Second is that sweet gives sweetness, but that sweetness is suitable or not to your body. Sweet will not tell that. If you consume it, it won't object you. It is jada. तो दिमाग मेरे को ना है. क्यों मिठाई में शुगर बढ़ाने की शक्ति है, ऐसा क्यों पूछ रहे हो? तुम्हारी अकल कहाँ गई? मिठाई का शुगर बढ़ता है, दिखाओ मत करके. Isn't it? One thought conclusion is, as long as we think that the cause of problem is in the outer world, we are samsari. We only jump from one problem to the other. तवे से तंदूर में गिरते जाते. The cause of problem is within us. And what is it? Only three things. Ignorance, not knowing exactly. Delusion, they were confused. Under the influence of delusion, taking wrong decisions. And executing them, suffering. These few shlokas powerful. Let's see. Om Purnamadaha. Paul Sri Ramachandra Bhagwan ki jai, Vaashishtha Rishi Bhagwan ki jai, Saraswati Maya ki jai, सब संतन की जय. धन्यवाद. ओम भगवान हमारे बुद्धि को सद्बुद्धि देवे, सद्बुद्धि ज्ञान मिले, विवेक वैराग्य मिले. May we live life only for the reality or the truth. Shambho Shankara Sada Shiva. Thank you. Om Purnamadaha. Can we study Tulsi Ramayana for some time?